Hi guys, today we are looking at levels in the Lenormand deck. This is great if you are wanting to do financial reads or anything that requires a percentage chance, for example, or just a level of satisfaction. If you don't know who I am Tony, the card geek, also founder of the World Divination Association, and you will find me all over social media with the tag The Card Geek. The first thing that we look at when we are starting a level read is the question that's asked. How well will I sleep tonight? We have a level between not very well, rubbish, and super well. So that's a level of read. But then if you ask, how will I sleep tonight? You will get a descriptive answer. So the nuance is actually within the question. Another question, how satisfied will I be with the outcome? You could be terribly unsatisfied or super satisfied, another level question. Think about your finances. If you're wanting to know how well your stocks and shares will do, that is a level of wellness, if you like, or another level of satisfaction. So we look at the question that we've asked, and if we are wanting a level, then we then determine the levels within our cards. So how do we do that? If you think about the question that I asked before, how well will I sleep? A level, not very well. The coffin card is a not very well card. It can mean illness, can mean death. But if you asked, how will I sleep? The answer would be, you will sleep like the dead or like death. A nuance again, but you've got a different answer to your question. So how do we determine our levels? We start by looking at the significators that refer back to the question asked. So if we are looking for financial questions, we are wanting cards to suggest a lot of finances versus very little. So we are looking at the cards such as ship, house, moon, anchor, fish, star, for example, the cards that suggest a lot of finances versus the cards that are showing us very little finances. The clover card, the child card. And then of course you have your negatives and your positives in the mix too. So if you have, for example, tree, finances don't look great. Cloud, troubled finances. So you are looking for the levels within what is presented to you. If we look at energy levels, for example, if you want to know what your energy levels, just to practice the levels of cards, your energy levels within the week, if you're wanting a sign of super full on energy, there's one card in the deck that does that for you, and that is the sun card. The sun is the energy that we need in order to live. So your levels are based on the number one, the question asked, number two, the significators therein, and number three, then the application of the levels and also of the positive, negative meanings. I'll do some examples now so that we can actually see that in practice. So if you want to do a level, for example, we'll do a level of energy throughout the week. We'll pull 7 cards to show us how the energy levels will be during the week. So we start the week with mountain, then bouquet, sun, fox, man, bear, and dog. The first day that we have mountain. Now, if you think as far as energy is concerned, mountain is an immovable object. Mountain is a stagnant position to be in. So as far as energy is concerned, there's a lot of stagnant energy. There won't be much movement on that day. We then have a burst of energy with our bouquet, because bouquet in the original comes in with happiness. So it comes in with a surprise, if you like. So we get a little, it's not a big burst of energy, but we get a little burst of energy. And then on the third day, we are full of it. We are ready to rock and roll because Sun is our significator and our energy card. The day afterwards, we may have burnt ourselves out a bit because we have Fox. So we may be running on our wrong energy reserves, if you like, or feeling just not 100% in our energy terms. And then Man comes in, and Man doesn't have a energy or any other meaning apart from being the partner. So we can suggest that on the 5th day after the wrongness, the partner steps in, probably takes over a few things because the energy was rotten the day before. And then we get back to feeling much better because we have our Bear card, and our Bear comes in with a nice strong feeling of good fortune, his original meaning. So he comes in with this burst of everything's going to be all right energy. And then we are back to normal because Dog is our loyal. And if we think of loyalties in form of energies or how much energy we have, it's a loyal form. It's a form that we are used to. So we are used to having this amount of energy. It is our normal energy levels. So we've gone from a stagnant to bursts of energies to a down, not feeling great, Man doing a bit of the work for us, and then back up to full force and on to normal energy levels. Now let's see how we use the levels when it comes to finances. I'll do a simple 5 card for a 5 week. So we do each card is a week in finances. With Christmas coming up, this should be really interesting. So if we look at our financials now for 5 weeks, we can see that the first week begins with cross, and that is grief. And if we're looking at levels, grief on a financial meaning is that we are grieving for that money that's gone. We have spent too much. So the first week is not a great week financially. We have a low financial week or more outgoings than we should have. And then Dog is here. So the second week is a very usual, like we said with the energy, is a very usual financial week. There is nothing extra special about this week financially. We then have clouds in the mix. Of course we do. Because week 3 is when we are moving into the Christmas period. So we have a mess financially, which generally means that we have given more than we should have, or we have spent more than we should have, but definitely trouble financially. And then we have stress financially, another card that would suggest a low period on financials. But then Bear comes in at the end and gives us a good boost. So what we can see if we're just looking at levels is it starts low, it evens off, takes a dip, remains dipped, but then shoots up at the end. And if you think of that with shares or any other financial lines that you are seeing, if you are on your Excel spreadsheets, you will see it going down, evening off, dipping, remaining dipped, but then shooting up at the end with our Bear and good fortune. And that was it. I would love to see your levels read, whether that be percentages. Think about percentages. I test percentages all the time, whether it be health levels, whether it be financial levels. Think about the levels and try to disassociate yourself from the descriptions, the descriptive read, and give an example of the levels, the level of satisfaction. If you think about the lily in the Lenormand deck, the original meaning is a sense of satisfaction. The closer the lily gets to the person card, the more satisfied that person is with their well-being, with their domestic circle it references as well, but their general well-being. think about levels, tag me in, find me on social media at The Card Geek, and I will see you on the next one. Please comment below if there's anything that you would like to learn, because if there is, and I don't know about it, I can't do it. Comment below, see you on the next one.